The Galactic Council chamber buzzed with an undercurrent of anxiety, the tension palpable as leaders from across the Empire gathered beneath the vast, starlit dome. An emergency session had been convened in response to a cosmic anomaly, a rift in space that defied all known laws of physics and threatened entire star systems with its unpredictable behavior. At the center of the chamber, a holographic display pulsed with images of the rift, each flicker casting eerie shadows across the faces of the assembled delegates. High Commander Vorex rose, his voice booming through the hall. "We have exhausted every technological resource at our disposal. None of our advanced systems can stabilize the anomaly." As murmurs of despair circulated, a lone figure stepped forward. Dr. Marcus Eldridge, an expert in archaeophysics from Earth, a planet often overlooked in the Empire's grand scheme, cleared his throat. "Esteemed leaders," he began, his voice steady, "I propose an alternative. Earth's ancient technologies, though archaic, hold untapped potential." A scoff sliced through the chamber, and Vorex turned his sharp gaze on Marcus. "Dr. Eldridge, we need feasible solutions, not primitive relics." Undeterred, Marcus continued, "What if I told you that these so-called relics could manipulate gravitational fields, that they could seal the rift?" The chamber fell silent, the idea too audacious to ignore, yet too unconventional to readily accept. Sensing the shift, Marcus pressed on. "Grant me the chance to demonstrate. What do we have to lose?" Vorex eyed him warily, but eventually nodded, the decision echoed by a reluctant murmur of agreement from the council. As Marcus retreated, his eyes alight with determination, this was his chance to alter the fate of the galaxy and prove Earth's forgotten worth. Back on Earth, the ruins of an ancient observatory stood silent under the twilight sky. Marcus walked among the relics of a bygone civilization, his steps echoing through the halls, filled with enigmatic hieroglyphic equations and celestial maps. He had brought his assistant, Lena, a young astrophysicist with a flair for ancient languages. "This is it, Lena," Marcus said, pausing before a dusty pedestal cradling an odd metallic device. It was spherical, with intricate engravings that shimmered under their torchlight. "This is the Antikythera sphere." Lena, ever the skeptic, furrowed her brow. "And you truly believe this can manipulate gravity?" Marcus wiped the dust from the sphere, revealing its complex mechanism. "Not believe, Lena. I know. Watch." He adjusted the sphere's alignments and pressed a concealed button. The air around them shimmered, as if reality itself was bending. A small object on the table beside them, Marcus's watch, began to levitate, spinning gently in midair. Lena gasped, her skepticism faltering as she reached out to touch the floating watch, her fingers brushing through the cool, vibrating air. "It uses principles we've forgotten, tapping into gravitational constants in ways our modern tech cannot comprehend," Marcus explained, his gaze fixed on the sphere. "But how?" Lena's voice was a mix of awe and confusion. Earth was once a hub of scientific breakthroughs, lost not because they were inferior, but because they were buried under the debris of war and forgotten in the rush towards new technologies, Marcus said, his voice tinged with reverence. "We were pioneers, Lena, and we can be again." Determined to showcase this on a grand scale, Marcus outlined his plan. "We need to bring this to the Galactic Council, demonstrate its power to stabilize the rift." Lena nodded, her earlier doubts replaced by a burgeoning sense of purpose. "What do you need from me?" "Help me refine the calibration. We need precise control if we're going to convince the Council and not just make a spectacle." Together they worked into the night, adjusting the sphere, testing its limits, and slowly uncovering more of its secrets. As the stars wheeled overhead, a plan began to take shape, one that might not only save the galaxy, but also restore Earth to its former glory. Their preparations were meticulous, driven by the knowledge that the eyes of the universe would soon be upon them. And behind every calculation, every adjustment, was the unspoken hope that Earth's ancient past held the key to the galaxy's future. In the dim glow of his workshop, beneath the ancient stone arches of the observatory, Marcus and Lena labored over the Antikythera sphere. The night before the demonstration, the workshop was alive with a tense energy, as every adjustment to the sphere brought them closer to a moment that could define humanity's place in the galaxy. Lena, peering through a magnifying glass, adjusted a tiny dial on the sphere's surface. "I think this is the most precise we can get without risking the core mechanisms," she said, her voice steady despite the weight of their task. Marcus nodded, taking a step back to consider the sphere. It sat quietly, innocuous, yet powerful, its surface a map of Earth's forgotten brilliance. "It's more than just technology," he mused aloud. "It's a testament to Earth's legacy." Their preparations were interrupted by a soft chime from Marcus's communicator. He tapped the device, and the holographic image of an old friend, Counselor Tarn, materialized above it. "Marcus, the Council is buzzing with rumors about what you're planning to demonstrate. Are you sure this will work?" Marcus's gaze didn't waver from the hologram. "It has to, Tarn. It's not just about proving Earth's value anymore. It's about saving lives, maybe even civilizations." Tarn nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. "There are those who hope you fail, Marcus. Vorex isn't your only detractor. Be cautious." "Thank you, Tarn." "We'll be ready," Marcus replied, ending the call. He turned to Lena, his expression resolute. "Let's run through the presentation one more time. We need to be flawless." As they rehearsed, Marcus outlined the scientific principles behind the sphere, using terms that would resonate with the Galactic Council's varied audience. Lena interjected with suggestions on simplifying complex ideas without diminishing their impact. Their collaboration was seamless, born of many nights spent under the vast, starry sky, discussing the universe's mysteries. Outside the observatory, the early dawn crept across the sky, casting long shadows over the ground. Marcus stepped out, taking a moment to breathe in the cool morning air. He looked up at the stars, each one a pinprick of light in the vast canvas of the universe. Today, those distant lights would witness Earth's resurgence or its ultimate dismissal. Back inside, Lena was double-checking their equipment list. Energy cells, backup generators, and the sphere's shielding, all ready, she confirmed, ticking off each item with meticulous care. Marcus watched her, his thoughts drifting to the risks they were about to face. "Lena, if this doesn't go as planned—" "It will," she interrupted, her tone firm yet reassuring. "We've done everything possible. The science is sound. The rest is out of our hands." Marcus smiled, grateful for her unwavering support. "Then let's head to the Council. It's time to show them what Earth can do." Together, they packed the sphere and their equipment onto a transport vehicle. The sun rose fully as they drove toward the Galactic Council's assembly, its light a symbol of new beginnings. At the assembly hall, a crowd had gathered. Scientists, politicians, and media from across the galaxy, all buzzing with anticipation and skepticism. Marcus felt their eyes on him as he and Lena set up the sphere, its presence a silent challenge to those who doubted. As the audience settled, a hush fell over the hall. Marcus stepped up to the podium, his heart steady, his mind clear. "Ladies and gentlemen of the Galactic Council," he began, his voice echoing in the vast space. "Today, you will witness not just a demonstration of technology, but a revival of hope. Today, you see the power of Earth's ancient science." With that, Marcus initiated the demonstration. A moment of truth not just for him, but for all of humanity. The vast assembly hall of the Galactic Council was a theater of nervous anticipation as Marcus prepared to demonstrate the power of the Antikythera sphere. The hall, usually a place of political discourse and diplomatic negotiations, had been transformed into a scientific proving ground. The towering screens displayed schematics of the ancient device, while the audience, a mix of the galaxy's elite, looked on with a blend of skepticism and curiosity. Marcus stood at the podium, his posture calm, though his heart raced with the adrenaline of the moment. Next to him, Lena monitored the sphere's energy levels, her fingers poised over the console, ready to adjust the settings on his cue. "Esteemed members of the Council and guests of the galaxy," Marcus began, his voice resonating through the hall, "today we stand on the precipice of a new understanding. What was once deemed primitive may well be our salvation." He gestured to Lena, who initiated the sphere. A low hum filled the air, a sound both ancient and otherworldly as the device slowly came to life. The central sphere began to emit a soft, pulsating light, casting geometric shadows that danced across the walls of the chamber. As the demonstration proceeded, Marcus explained the principles of gravitational manipulation that the sphere utilized, describing how the technology could potentially stabilize the cosmic rift. "This device," he said, pointing to the gently glowing sphere, "manipulates the very fabric of space-time, a method lost to us until now." The crowd murmured, some voices tinged with awe, others with doubt. From the corner of his eye, Marcus saw High Commander Vorex, his expression unreadable, watching the demonstration with an intensity that bordered on hostility. Suddenly, the sphere's light intensified, signaling the start of the critical phase of the demonstration. Marcus's voice grew more forceful. "What you are about to witness is the practical application of this technology. Observe the monitors, please." The screens showed a live feed of the cosmic rift, a violent storm of energy and matter in space. As Marcus activated the sphere's full capabilities, the audience gasped. The visuals on the screen began to change dramatically. The chaotic movements within the rift started to slow, becoming more stable. However, just as the demonstration reached its climax, a surge of interference rippled through the hall's electronic systems. The lights flickered, the sphere's humming wavered, and the monitors glitched. Lena frantically typed commands into her console, trying to stabilize the sphere. Marcus maintained his composure, though his heart sank. He recognized the signs of sabotage. "Please remain calm," he announced to the room, his voice steady despite the chaos. "We are experiencing technical difficulties." Behind the scenes, Vorex's agents worked to disrupt the demonstration, their electronic devices sending disruptive signals to the sphere. Marcus and Lena exchanged a quick, knowing glance, and without needing to speak, they implemented a pre-planned countermeasure. With a few swift keystrokes, Lena activated the sphere's internal shielding, designed to protect it from electromagnetic interference. Gradually, the device stabilized, the humming resumed its consistent tone, and the monitors cleared. The image of the cosmic rift returned to the screens, now visibly calmer than moments before. The crowd erupted in applause, some standing in ovation, as the sphere demonstrated its ability to stabilize the rift effectively. Marcus allowed himself a small smile, his gaze meeting Vorex's across the room. The High Commander's face was a mask of frustration, his plans thwarted. "As you can see," Marcus continued, turning back to the audience with confidence, "the technology not only works but has implications far beyond what we imagined. We have not merely inherited relics from our past, we have inherited solutions." The demonstration concluded with a series of technical questions from the audience, each answered by Marcus with clarity and detail. As the crowd dispersed, the buzz of excited conversations filled the hall. Many approached Marcus and Lena, eager to learn more about the sphere and the possibilities it heralded. Today, Earth had not only defended its ancient wisdom, but had also offered a beacon of hope to the galaxy. The success of the demonstration was a turning point, a moment that would redefine humanity's role in the cosmic community. Marcus knew this was just the beginning. As the applause died down in the Galactic Council's assembly hall, Marcus felt the weight of the day's success settle around him, both exhilarating and daunting. The demonstration of the Antikythera sphere had not just exceeded expectations, it had opened a Pandora's box of potential, implications, and, inevitably, politics. In the aftermath, the hall buzzed with clusters of delegates and scientists, all animatedly discussing the implications of Earth's ancient technology. Marcus, surrounded by a group eager to understand more about the gravitational manipulation techniques, explained the potential applications. "We can use this technology for more than just stabilizing cosmic anomalies," Marcus said, capturing the attention of his audience. "It could revolutionize space travel, urban planning on gravitationally challenging planets, and much more." Meanwhile, Lena managed the technical inquiries, her display filled with schematics and data from the sphere's performance. Her previously skeptical peers now looked on with a respect that had been absent before. "Yes, the tech is ancient, but it's also ahead of its time," she affirmed, fielding questions about the sphere's energy consumption and scalability. Across the room, High Commander Vorax stewed in frustration. His attempt to undermine the demonstration had failed spectacularly, and now he faced not just a personal setback, but a shift in the galactic power dynamics. As council members and military officials questioned him about his stance on Earth's tech, his responses were curt. "We will review all data thoroughly," Vorax stated, though his tone suggested he knew his influence was waning. Councillor Tarn approached Marcus, a smile breaking through his usually stoic demeanor. "Dr. Eldridge, your demonstration today has not just opened doors for Earth, it has potentially shifted the course of our empire." Marcus nodded, acknowledging the gravity of Tarn's words. "I hope it's a shift towards unity and progress, Counselor." As discussions continued, plans were made to form a new scientific coalition with Marcus appointed as its head. The coalition would explore further applications of Earth's ancient technologies, not just for their utility, but as a bridge between civilizations within the Empire. Later, as the assembly hall emptied, Marcus and Lena packed up their equipment. "Did you ever doubt it would work?" Lena asked, a teasing tone in her voice. "Every day," Marcus admitted with a laugh. "But doubt is part of being a scientist, isn't it? It's what pushes us to test, to prove, to leap. And look where that leap has taken us," Lena said, gesturing around the now quiet hall, the site of their triumph. The next day, news feeds across the galaxy buzzed with headlines about Earth's surprising contribution to galactic stability. Interviews with Marcus were broadcast, showing him discussing the sphere and its origins, putting Earth in a new, revered light. As they prepared for their next steps, Marcus took a moment to reflect on the journey. From the dusty ruins of an ancient Earth observatory to the pinnacle of galactic attention, the path had been unimaginable. Now, with the future promising even greater challenges, he felt a renewed sense of purpose. "This is just the beginning," he mused aloud to Lena as they reviewed their next project plans. "Then let's continue making history," Lena replied, her eyes alight with the promise of new horizons. And with that, they turned back to their work, ready to explore the depths of Earth's forgotten knowledge and perhaps to lead the galaxy into a new era of understanding and cooperation. The sphere, once a relic of the past, was now a beacon of the future. In the soft light of dawn, Marcus stood overlooking the newly inaugurated Institute for Ancient Technologies, situated on the scenic outskirts of Earth's capital. The Institute, a modern structure of glass and steel, contrasted starkly yet beautifully with the ancient ruins upon which it was founded. Today it would open its doors for the first time, not just to scientists, but to anyone interested in the confluence of past and future. As Marcus prepared for the opening ceremony, he reflected on the rapid changes of the past few months. The successful demonstration of the Antikythera sphere had catapulted Earth to the forefront of galactic interest, transforming its status from a backwater planet to a key player in the Galactic Council. "You're pensive this morning," Lena observed, joining Marcus at the overlook. Her voice pulled him from his reverie. "Just thinking about the road ahead," Marcus replied, his gaze lingering on the horizon. "We've opened a door to the past that might just shape our future." Lena nodded, her eyes reflecting a shared sense of responsibility. "The potential is immense, but so are the expectations." Their conversation was interrupted as the first guests arrived, their voices a murmur of excitement and curiosity that filled the crisp morning air. Among them were dignitaries from various planets, leading academics, and even a few skeptics still unsure of Earth's newfound role. As the crowd gathered, Marcus stepped up to the podium, the weight of the moment settling on his shoulders. "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Institute for Ancient Technologies," he began, his voice clear and resonant. "Today marks not just the opening of a facility, but the beginning of a new era of exploration and understanding." He spoke of the sphere, its discovery and capabilities, and how it represented a broader spectrum of ancient knowledge waiting to be rediscovered. "This institute will not only research but also share its findings, fostering cooperation across the galaxy," Marcus explained. "We are not just uncovering the past, we are building the future." The ceremony concluded with a tour of the institute, where interactive exhibits demonstrated the principles behind the sphere and other technologies being studied. The excitement was palpable as visitors engaged with the displays, discussing implications that spanned from scientific to philosophical. In a quiet corner of the institute, Marcus and Lena watched the guests. "Think we'll find more like the sphere?" Lena asked, a hint of eagerness in her voice. Marcus smiled, his mind racing with possibilities. "I believe so. Every civilization has its zeniths and nadirs. Ours was no different. What we consider as peaks may just be foothills to what we can truly achieve." The day waned, and as the last visitors departed, Marcus and Lena remained, talking long into the evening about upcoming expeditions to other archaeological sites on Earth. They discussed potential collaborations with alien scholars and the integration of different scientific perspectives that could unlock further secrets of ancient technologies. Later, alone in his new office, Marcus looked out over the institute. He pulled up a holographic display of the galaxy, each star tagged with data and potential leads for future research. "This is just the beginning," he murmured to himself. He felt a profound connection to those who had come before him, those who had first crafted the technologies he now sought to understand. Their legacy, once buried and nearly forgotten, was alive again, full of promise and potential. Subscribe for more stories. Suggest topics for the next videos. Like and share the video. Thanks.